Well, Happy New Year. It's 2019, and if you're here at 9 o'clock, then you must have been responsible last night. Good for you. Anyways, hope last night was awesome. Hope this is going to be a great new year for you. We're going to talk this morning about taking control of this. If my 2019 is going to be awesome, and I have every intention of it being exactly that, I got to control this. So when we come back, we're going to get into that and give you some tips and ways to help make that bean work a little better. See you in a minute.
Our whole practice is based on getting you to be the best version of yourself.
Remove the crappy
Everything
foods.
we do is based in the medical literature.
We're going to look at how to get you healthy, not how to get you on medicines, how to get you off medicines.
Well, hello. How are you? Interesting topic today. I really wanted to do this January 1st of this year. Like many people, New Year's resolutions, right? We're going to write it down, how we want to be bigger, better, badder. What do we want to accomplish this year? That's great. I like New Year's resolutions. I like the idea that you're writing down, at least you're looking forward and you're having a vision of what you see for yourself. Oftentimes we write down really silly things, right? Very vague things. Oh, I want to get healthier, I want to lose weight, or I want to do this or that. We're going to do a whole other talk on goal setting and vision. That's not what today is about. But a piece of that is about controlling your brain, controlling your mind. Let me share with you a couple of stories, okay? So, two people that I love dearly, dear friends, known them for a long time, Nancy and John. They live in separate towns, they don't know each other, but they're an interesting compare and contrast. John is a very successful guy, really smart, really great at business, loves what he does, and he's good at it. But he almost does it to a fault. In other words, he works way too many hours. He gets so deeply involved in his projects that things at home kind of slide. Well, this year, last year I should say, 2018, got thrown a curveball. There's some challenges at home. There's some things going on with his daughter. So now he's got that and work and all these things are piling up. What does that mean? He's stressed. He's pushed, right? Nancy, unlike John, hates her job, right? She's good at it. But she doesn't like the environment she's in. She does not like going to work. What does that do to your brain? If I'm spending too much time at work and it's just consuming me, or I'm going to a job that I don't like, guess what? You have two individuals with very different relationships with their jobs, and yet they're both very unhappy. And both of them don't feel like they're in control. They feel like life's pushing them around, and they're getting frustrated, and they're getting angry or mad or disappointed or sad because of those circumstances, right? We'd all like to have control of the world. Guess what? You're never going to get it. Nobody's going to ever give you a magic scepter and your words proclaimed throughout the land are what is done. It's not going to happen. The world's going to do what the world's going to do, but you can interpret it in a way that suits you. You can interpret or lay claim to how the world is affecting you. So we're going to talk about that because I think that's a critical piece of today and tomorrow and every day this year being something that you love and enjoy and have control over. Now, I may have sent out a notice that this talk was going to be about meditation. It's not, because I've learned this through years of asking people and showing people and demonstrating to people and telling people the benefits and values of meditation. And guess what? Nobody in Western culture thinks that meditation is worth a darn. We have no idea what it is. We have no concept. It's not a part of our vernacular, our language. And so most of us, when told you should meditate, we go, yeah, that's cute, right? But it never gets further than that. So we're not going to talk about meditation today. But I am going to talk about calming your brain. And I'm going to show you how you can calm your brain and show you the benefits of doing that. Because when you take control of that, life can't push you around to the same degree, all right? So let's get into this a little bit. First of all, if somebody ever tells you that meditation / calming your brain is religion or prayer, it's not. I'm talking about two different things entirely. This talk has nothing to do with religion. I hope you have a religion you practice. I hope you enjoy your religion and enjoy your prayer time. Hugely valuable. Wonderful for the spirit. Wonderful for your life, okay? But today's talk has nothing to do with religion. I ran into another interesting story. I was talking with a minister one day, and he got very upset with me because I'd suggested that to help control his hypertension and some of his health issues that he had, that he engage in meditation, because meditation has been shown to lower blood pressure. We've got scientific proof, all right? But when I talked to him about that, he got very upset. He goes, I'm a man of God. I'm a minister. I'm a spiritual leader. And I said, yeah. So see, he was assigning, and many people do, that meditation is a religion or it's part of a religion. That's not it at all. He referred to meditation as being New Age. Well, here are the facts, all right, that you need to consider. Meditation existed 1,500 years before the birth of Christ. So 1,500 years before Christianity, people were meditating, all right? So if that's the case, it can't be New Age. And secondly, every religion on the planet, whether you talk about the Jewish faith, Muslim, Middle Eastern, Catholic, Lutheran, every religion on the planet includes the word or the concept of meditation within it. So now that I've put them together, let me pull them apart, because what we're going to talk about today is just calming your brain, the act of making the brain be quieter and under your control, nothing to do with religion. Sorry to have wasted 2 minutes talking about that, but I know some people confuse it, and that's important. Oftentimes I'll ask people, do you meditate? And they go, well, I pray. Awesome, keep praying. But that's not what meditation is, okay? In prayer, we're actively thinking, we're engaging thought. And in meditation, it's quite the opposite. So I'm going to go through with you what meditation is, but first we've got to talk about what it isn't. The other thing that often I see people get confused by is they think that meditation is when you sit quietly and drift off into a nice nap, okay? Meditation is not a nap. Meditation is actually a very active, live, conscious process. It's something that you do sitting up. You can do it laying down, but most people practice calming their brain in a sitting position. It's probably ideal. Now I'm going to put up a slide here because I want to cover a few factoids on the benefits of calming your brain. Everything that you see here on the screen has been validated with scientific study over and over and over and over again. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of studies looking at people that practice calming their brain experience these things. I'm going to run through a few of these. Slows the brain aging. It's been shown, and pardon me for using the word meditation, just substitute calming your brain, but it's been shown that people that meditate as a habit over the course of their life, their brain ages much more slowly. In fact, the gray matter, which is the very important part of your brain where a lot of your important decision making and functionality comes from, that gray matter shrinks as we get older. Unless you meditate. Meditators, the gray matter didn't shrink. The brain didn't shrink, even in a 70 or 80-year-old man compared to a 20-year-old. This has been shown on functional MRI. That's really sciencey, right? So if you want your brain to age more slowly, or not at all, if you want to avoid Alzheimer's, then meditation can be a great tool. We damage our brains. You and I get stressed by different things, right? And that stress creates cortisol, and cortisol can damage our brain. It can damage a part of the brain called the hippocampus. Throw that into your dinner conversation tonight, the hippocampus. But the hippocampus is so important for our mood and for our stress response. Meditation can actually rebuild our hippocampus once we've damaged it with cortisol. It can enlarge our gray matter. It reduces anxiety and depression. Many people with anxiety and depression suffer, and they try medications. Actually, meditation has been shown to be as effective as things like Prozac for reversing anxiety and depression. The problem with anxiety and depression, we've done things to our biochemistry to create it, and then once we're there, we're really stuck, or we tell ourselves we're stuck, that, and I hear this all the time, my depression's so bad, I don't feel like exercising, I don't feel like meditating, I don't feel like doing the very things I need to do, okay? So meditation is a very simple thing that you do by not doing, okay? The act of meditation is doing nothing, so it's something that we can engage. It improves mood. It's as good as an SSRI or Prozac, like I said. Meditation increases something in our brain called brain-derived neurotropic factor. That is the very valuable miracle grow that fixes and repairs our brain. So again, the act of meditation repairs damage that you and I have done to it and stimulates those growth factors. It enhances our memory and creativity. I know a guy named Chris Carson. He's a very creative guy. So I make sure that he meditates and gets his sleep because you need that to generate your creativity. I was talking to a patient the other day who his job is to look at business solutions. They go into businesses and find solutions. In other words, they have to be flexible and creative in their thinking. And one of his chief complaints is he only gives himself 5 hours of sleep. and he doesn't do exercise or meditation, I'm like, you're killing your creativity. So that's something very, very important. People that meditate, they sleep better. It improves the balance of the sympathetic to parasympathetic nervous system. That's your relaxing part of your brain versus your go, go, go part of your brain. Lowers cortisol. Cortisol is a killer. Better cognition. It's been used as a tool to treat addicts, drug addicts, people addicted to smoking and alcohol. So meditation can be a way of quieting the brain, calming it, so that when you go through withdrawal from an addiction, your brain gets very jacked up, and using techniques to calm your brain can be very, very helpful there. Lowers inflammation in the brain, enhances good neurotransmitters. You are calm and happy and smiley if you make neurotransmitters or brain chemicals called serotonin and GABA. People that meditate, studies have shown, make more of those chemicals. It increases the blood flow to the brain, and actually, this is amazing, it affects your DNA. Your DNA, you've probably seen that helix back in science class, remember that? That double helix of DNA. And at the end are things called telomeres. They're like little caps on the ends of shoestrings, right? They hold the DNA, keep it from unraveling, keep it from getting damaged. Those things shorten over the course of your life, and as they shorten, that DNA is more at risk for being altered or becoming defective. Meditation actually lengthens your telomeres, has an impact on your genes. So don't tell me that calming your brain is just fluffy, fairy tale, pink stuff, right? This is hard science. Functional MRIs, looking at genetics, looking at brain chemistry. It's huge. All right, so I've done this for years, giving people this information and say, you should meditate. And they come back 2-3 months later, did you meditate? No, I tried, I can't. My brain's too busy. You know, I hear that a lot. My brain's too busy. If your brain's too busy, you're the very person that needs to meditate. So I'm going to tell you what meditation is. The reason I'm sitting here doing this today, aside from it being New Year's and this is a valuable tool, I promised one of my patients that I would put this down in a video. Because when I gave this to him, it made all the difference. He understood what meditation was. And so I'm going to give this to you now as my gift to you on January 1st. So we've talked about what meditation is, and I do want to talk about what it is. And again, it's not meditation, it's just calming our brain. We would never want to meditate, right? But if I'm going to meditate right here and now, very simple. I'm just going to, dim the lights, quiet my environment. You can do this in the middle of a park bench. You can do this in the middle of Central Park. You could do it in the middle of New York City. But ideally, you would start as a beginner in a calm, quiet place. And just close your eyes, and all you're going to do is focus your attention on your breath, okay? You can focus on your heart. You can focus on your breath. In fact, you can pay attention to where you feel the breath, or whether it's your chest or your nose, but focus on one thing. And here's the rules. If you're watching this or you're writing anything down, meditation is simply doing one thing. What do you do every day? You multitask, right? We got 27 things going on at one time. I'm on the phone while I'm on the computer and I'm getting a knock on my door. We're always trying to multitask. That's the American way. Multitasking is the opposite of meditation. Multitasking, experts will tell you, people that say they're good at multitasking, they make more mistakes, they put more stress on their brain, they tend to be more anxious, they tend to not sleep as well. So look at multitasking as the opposite end of the spectrum or the pendulum, with meditation being the other end. And meditation is doing one thing. I'm going to focus on my breath, and that's it. I'm going to feel the breath coming in, and I'm going to feel the breath coming out. Well, what good can that do? It does a lot, because here's what's going to happen. This is normal. This is natural. The very first time you sit down to meditate or calm your brain, this is what's going to happen. By the time you get into that second breath, your brain's going to go, oh, don't forget, the dogs need to go to the groomers. Oh, your car needs to get an oil change. Call Bill. Oh, your Aunt Sally is coming over tomorrow. And your brain just starts going through that huge to-do list of work and family and obligations. That's what the brain does. It thinks. The brain likes to think. What we're doing with meditation, we're taking the brain out of the thinking mode, and we're saying, that's nice, that's adorable, but for now, don't think. Let's rest. Let's recharge our batteries. Let's let the brain just be, just floating gently, in a lake. Let's not have it active. So when your brain comes up with, oh, don't forget, you got to go to the bank and make a deposit, our only goal is to not engage with that thought. That thought will come. I want you to see it as a breeze that's blowing by, and just let it blow on by, okay? Oh, remember to call Aunt Sally. Yeah, just let it blow on by. You're going to have thoughts. And all you need to do to be successful in meditation is notice those thoughts, let them blow on by like a breeze. Don't engage with the thought. Don't connect with it, and go back to the breathing. And every time you catch yourself thinking about something and you catch yourself and go, no, 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 come back to the breath. That's a win. That's success. Score a point. If you need to, put a little point on the mark on the wall, okay? Go back to breathing. 3 breaths later, oh, don't forget that your wife said and blah, 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 and you find yourself engaging in a conversation you had yesterday. Oh, wait a minute. Not supposed to be doing that. Come back to my breath. That's normal. That's going to happen. And so when it does happen, don't say to yourself, I can't meditate. I'm no good. My brain's too busy. No, that's normal. And you're awesome. Every meditation is awesome. Let me switch gears a little bit. If you went out for a run and you jogged 2 miles and successfully made it back home, would you say, well, that was an unsuccessful run because I didn't run a marathon? Or I didn't run it in under 8 minutes? No. You would say that was helpful. That was exercise. Regardless of the pace, regardless of the distance, it was helpful, wasn't it? It was good for you. Same with meditation. It doesn't matter how long you meditate. It doesn't matter how many times your brain gets interrupted. And here's what's going to happen. If you go out every day and you run 2 miles, you're going to get stronger. You're going to get faster. You may even go 3 miles. And you're going to get more fit. Same thing with meditation. The very first time, you may only catch yourself 3 times and bring yourself back to your breath. That's a good start. Awesome start. Maybe next time you'll catch yourself 5 times or 6 times. Or maybe next time your meditation will go from 5 minutes to 8 minutes or even 10 minutes. All right? But the act of doing it is literally having an impact on the neurons. It's having an impact on your nervous system. And it's creating brain-derived neurotropic factor, which heals the brain. And you're going to find you're more calm. And you have control of your brain. Because when you meditate on a daily basis, or calm your brain on a daily basis, you get very used to that. You can conjure up that feeling at a moment's notice. So when you're at the bank and you're in line, or you're in a restaurant and a waiter is being rude, or somebody at work jumps on you, or you get a bad phone call, life's going to come at you with these negative things. But you can snap your fingers, just take a breath and reconnect with that sense of calm. And now you have mastery over that situation. If somebody's coming at you heated and angry, their ego is blowing up, right? If you can maintain your composure, you're going to win that confrontation. You're going to win, right? Not that you've defeated them, but you're going to win in your own world. You're not going to allow yourself to get carried away into some frivolous, stressful engagement, all right? So that's what meditation is. Think of these thoughts as breezes. Let them blow on by. Don't engage with them. Keep coming back to the breath or coming back to the heart. And you know what you're going to notice? As you do this every day, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, with each day that you do it, you're going to get better and more comfortable with it, and you're going to begin to look forward to it. I do. Oops, I'm getting dinged. Let me turn that off. You're going to look forward to it. I look forward to it every day as my mini vacation. I'm going to take 15 minutes where nobody's going to bother me or ask me to do something. That's awesome. It's enjoyable. I want to share this with you. There's a lot of different ways you can engage in meditation. One of them, and Chris, you don't have to put this app up yet, the next slide up yet. I want to engage with, there's an app on my phone called Calm.com, C-A-L-M, Calm.com. There's many apps out there. Heartfulness.org is another. We'll show you some different ways to engage. Is another great way. But I want to share with you Calm.com, because this is where I started before I met Uma and Heartfulness, which is another great option. Calm is just, it's an app on your phone you can hit, and there's a little nugget on there that you can get little chapters or little educational modules, and one of them is called 21 Days of Calm. It's a tutorial. There's 21 days in a row that you're going to hear a meditation that lasts anywhere from 11 to 14 minutes. All you have to do, turn on your phone, hit play, sit, close your eyes, and listen. Just listen. Just listen and breathe. And every meditation, she's going to give you a little nugget of information and take you on a journey of teaching you how to meditate. That's it. All you have to do is sit and listen. There'll be times when she stops talking and you're just supposed to breathe and pay attention to your breath. And then she may come and redirect you. I'm going to play one just for about a minute and a half, because I want you to get a sense of what it is. I've picked day 5 of the 21 Days of Calm because I didn't want to start with the very first one. I want to give you a sense of the kind of the education. So I'm going to hit,
Welcome to day 5 of the 21
can you hear that,
days
Chris?
of calm. Now that we've begun digging deeper into techniques to work with non-reactiveness, we're going to look at some qualities we want to bring into our practice. And when I say our practice, most of the time what I mean is our life. You see, most of what we're doing here, the mental training, the perception shifting, it's all stuff we want to be developing so that in our day-to-day lives, we begin to see change. One of the outcomes of this practice is that our deepened awareness begins to bleed into our days, making life feel more effortless, more joyful. One of the most important qualities we want to cultivate is a non-judging mind. You've heard me mention non-judgment through the program already, but let's take a look at what it really is and why it's important. Most of the time, we're judging things in life. We see things as attractive or unattractive, late or on time, affordable or too expensive. Now, this can be useful to inform us about decisions we have to make, but the act of constantly critiquing and judging others, ourselves, and our circumstances can also be harmful. The critical mind attacks, limits us, diminishes our self-esteem, and our relationship with others. So today, we're going to investigate self-judgment to start.
I'm going to stop it there. Now, that's Tamara, that's the narrator. Very pleasant voice, very easy, speaks in a nice tone. And she's going to talk for about 3, maybe 4 minutes at most, just presenting an idea, kind of what she did there. And then she's going to be quiet and you're going to meditate. Now, what you heard in the background was raindrops. You can pick your background, your white noise. You can pick ocean waves or birds and trees or rain. You can pick anything you want. And she's going to stop talking, but she's kind of launched you. She's educated you a little bit, given you a little nugget, and then she just wants you to meditate. And after you've been meditating for 4 or 5 minutes, she may even interrupt and say, hey, if your mind is drifted, just bring it back to the breath and redirects you. I have found this for newbies in meditation, calming your brain. This is a great tool that just kind of takes you on that journey, dispels a ton of myths and teaches you, separates what meditation is from a lot of the myths about what it really isn't, okay? So I hope you find that helpful. Here's some other ways to engage. Chris, if you'll throw up that second slide. There are several tools that I have found to be very helpful. When I first started learning about meditation, it's because my blood pressure was high. I'm a healthy guy and I exercise. But I was working too much, my diet had slipped, my blood pressure was going up. I wasn't happy with that. I was in for shoulder surgery and that's when I discovered it. And I wasn't going to take a drug. I wanted to naturally fix it. And I found meditation and it worked. And as long as I continue to do my meditations, to get my exercise, my blood pressure is really low. 1 teens over 70 something, okay? It can go high. Anybody can have high blood pressure, but anybody can also lower it. When I first started, I found a book by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Great author, but a little thick. Let me start you off with some easy steps. Number 1, heartfulness.org. We have Uma from heartfulness.org come into our office every Thursday at 6:30 and host a group meditation. It's awesome. If you've ever exercised by yourself and exercised with a group, you notice there's a difference, right? There's a different energy. So come meditate with a group. It's really kind of cool. Go to the website, heartfulness.org, lots of tools. Calm.com, I just played a minute and a half for you right there. $60 a year to be a member, but with that you get all these educational modules and even lectures from experts. Really, really great service. The book, 8-Book Meditation by Victor Davidge. I've never met Victor Davidge, but he owes me a lunch because I've recommended this book to thousands of people. What I like about the book, it's very simple read. It's a very small read, a short read, and he's just coaching you. He's got a good sense of humor about it to meditate 8 minutes a day, and he dispels a lot of the myths. Very simple entry point. And then anything by Jon Kabat-Zinn I think is awesome. The first book I ever read of his is Wherever You Go, There You Are. One of my favorite titles, right? How can you not like that title? But Jon Kabat-Zinn has written many books, and he can expand your basic understanding of meditation. And then from there, you'll spill into other teachers and educators and hopefully grow into this habit, all right? So hopefully I dispelled some myths. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how to meditate. And if you didn't engage any of these tools today, that's fine. You know what you need to meditate? A chair. That's all you need. A quiet chair where you can close your eyes and just focus on your breath. Enjoy the calm. Enjoy the sense of just being, Shut down your brain. Stop doing stuff. There's an old adage in meditation that goes, just don't do things, sit there, right? The opposite of what we normally think about. But you're going to find it's a way of really cultivating your brain and restoring a sense of calm and helping your sleep and helping your mood. We're going to talk about this more in January. In January, during our Mind Body Mission in our office, it's a conference every Saturday, the 5th, the 12th, and 19th. We're gathering for 90 minutes on Saturday morning at 9 to 10:30, and we're going to walk through all kinds of topics like meditation, ego, happiness, gratitude, the craving mind. And I'm going to give you all these different tools to help you manage your brain, because most of the people that I see in my office, if they're struggling with their health, if they're struggling with their life, it has everything to do with ego and pointing fingers and stress and being able to control what your brain focuses on. And this is a great tool, will be a great way of you moving your own health forward. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you had a great New Year's. Hope you're starting to write down your New Year's resolutions. But as you do that, put some definitions to them, put some detail. It'll help you make them come true. Chris, do we have any questions?
When's the best time to meditate?
Interesting. Best time to meditate. If you talk to an expert like Uma, or you read text, they'll say dusk and dawn. You know, there's somehow some energetic benefit they feel at dusk and dawn. I would tell you any time is fine. I would say, here's something I suggest to many of my patients. Before you roll out of bed, as you wake up and you realize my day is starting, maybe you take just 2 minutes and just belly breathe and just clear the mind. Just clear the mind. We're going to set the brain in a second. We're going to set the things we need to do today. But before we do that, we're going to start the day with clearing our brain. Or maybe you get up, like I will often get up and grab a water, cup of coffee, head to the office where it's very quiet. I get in there before anybody. And then once I'm there, I will sit and meditate at work before my day starts. Sometimes at lunch. If I have a few minutes at lunch, I'll just steal away, close my door, and even just meditate for 4 or 5 minutes, just to add that nice layer of centered calm to my brain. After work, everybody's left the office and I'm still there, which is usual. I might meditate then. I might meditate when I get home from work. I might meditate right before bed. You find the habit that works best for you, okay? What else you got, Chris?
Did you touch on how often?
How often? Again, some experts would say at least twice a day. In the morning to kind of clear your brain, and then if you talk to Uma and the people at Heartfulness, they believe at the end of the day you should meditate again to clean off the dust of the day, clean off the stress, the insults, the dirt, as they like to call it. Clean it off your heart and out of your brain. There's a nice visual that I learned from Uma that I use, and that's, imagine the backside of your body is almost like an exhaust, okay? And as you take in that deep breath, and that you can envision the oxygen going to your brain or your heart or into your lungs, and it's fueling those cells. And as you exhale, you can either, mental imagery, imagine you're breathing out toxins and black stuff, or what Uma has taught me, imagine that black smoke is leaving the back of your body. It's leaving you. You're exhausting that out of you. Okay, it's a great visual. So they would say at least twice a day. I would say if you're beginning and just new, man, if you can do it just once a day, that is a great start, because you yourself will find little pockets of time to insert more meditations down the road. But start with one a day. Just get your foot in the pond.
What about
It's okay.
Sessions in the office? Do you guys do that weekly?
Yeah, every week at 6:30 on Thursdays. Now, having said that, Uma likes to take a little break right around the holidays. So I think we're scheduled to start that toward the end of January. I'll put out there's typically a note that we send out or an email we send out that we're back in session. I think we're starting those back the 3rd or 4th week of January. And then yes, we do them every Thursday at 6:30 in our office. If you're new and you're just getting engaged, come early, come 15 minutes early, because Uma's always there early. And talk with her about what meditation is or isn't, okay? And just spend some time getting comfortable with the process. And if you're an experienced meditator and you just want to do group meditation, yeah, we start sharply at 6:30. She'll meditate for about 20, 25 minutes, and then we all just go about our way.
You briefly touched on this, but could you go on a little further? Does it help to have an object to focus on to clear your mind? And what about lighting?
Lighting in general, lower the lights. You want as little external interference as possible. Now, if you're an experienced meditator, and I've been practicing for many years, I will do this intentionally. I will go sit in a park where there's people playing and running and bikes and sit on a bench and just close my eyes and meditate right in that space. It's a great little challenge because you're seeing, can I just block it out? It's not like you're trying to shut out the world, okay? You're just being in the world, just being. You're just existing, not judging, not thinking, but being. And that sounds really weird. And if you'd came to me 10 years ago with this, I would have gone, yeah, get out of here with your foo-foo stuff. But once you experience it, you realize it's very real. And being in the world, being in a park that's busy and all the noise and all the light, it's interesting to meditate in that space. But if you're new to meditation, lights low, quiet environment, close the door, take away distractions and stimuli, okay? And there was another part to that question, Chris.
An object to help you.
Oh, an object. Yes, you can. You can, when we look at the full spectrum of meditation, there's lots of different ways to do it. Some people talk about, when I first started meditating, I read one piece that imagine a small pearl, either in your brain or in your the back of your throat or in your heart. And as you inhale, that pearl becomes bright with light and then collapses upon itself again, okay? And it gives you something to focus your brain on. That's fine. You can focus on a word. You can focus on compassion or love. You can focus on a short 2 or 3 word phrase, let me find peace, let me find calm, or whatever. You can focus on that. Many people like to use breathing as their focal point. You've heard of box breathing, maybe, where you take a deep breath in, pushing your belly out, right? Not this, but down here. 4-second in-breath, hold it for 4 seconds. Slow 4-second out-breath, hold for 4 seconds. Breathe in, breathe out, okay? We're gonna practice some of this at our Mind Body Mission in January. I love using some kind of breathing. I will count to 10. I would take a sharp inhale and then hold it for 2 or 3 seconds and then try to do a 10 count on the exhale, okay? And I will do that if I find my brain is particularly busy and I need to focus it on something. And then after about 8 or 10 of those breaths, I don't need that anymore and I'll just sit quietly and let my brain be. But it's perfectly fine to have something to focus on, a word, an image, a brightening, or the breathing. Any of those are great little tools to help you when you're struggling.
So what if I'm not comfortable with maybe doing meditation around others or even just around you in your office?
Yeah. That's very true. I was that way. When I first started meditating, I thought, people want to label you and judge you. We're going to talk about that in January too. If you're worried about being judged, that means you recognize that you yourself judge other people, okay? Not the best quality. I've struggled with that. I think I've gotten control over it, but you worry about people are going to judge you. Oh, you meditate. Oh, what else? And they put you in a group or a class. That's more you worried about what other people think about you, which is worthless, right? It shouldn't matter, but I get that it does. So do it by yourself. Do it just for yourself. It's your habit, nobody else's. Nobody else has to know. But do it until you get more and more and more comfortable, and then you become, over time, more comfortable sharing your thoughts about meditation with people that do it, or doing it in a group with people that do it. There's nothing wrong with closing the door and just tell your wife or your husband, honey, I'm going to take a little nap. People understand naps, right? You know that you're in there meditating. Keep it to yourself, but that's where your comfort level is right now.
Follow up to that. For your meditations, your weekly meditation sessions, what if we can't make it, or what if we're more comfortable in our own home space? Do you have any recordings, or do you live stream these?
The heartfulness.org site. This is a different concept. They are yogis. They do transmissions, and you can talk to Uma about what does it mean to be in a transmission. There are people that will tune into that meditation while it's going on live in our office, but they're remotely at work or in their car or at home, not driving their car, but at home. So you can kind of tune into that. The meditations in our office are silent. There's no guided meditation part of it. If you're new to meditation, then Uma will walk you through a body relaxation exercise. And you probably have done something like this in the past. Focus on your feet. Feel the energy in your feet. Let the feet relax. Now your ankles, now your legs. So she'll walk you through that whole body relaxation thing if you're new. But if you're not, we just jump right in. She says a few words and we're into meditating. But go on the heartfulness.org site and look at the tools they do have. I think just reading about it and beginning to expand your knowledge, you'll find your own solution.
What about the Saturday sessions in January? Tell us a little more about that event.
The Mind Body Mission. I love this. I am so geeked and excited by this. So for years, Chelsea and I have done what we called our vision statement seminars. Vision meaning your vision for your life, your vision of your future. It's funny, one of our patients said, no, I don't need that. My vision's really good, meaning his eye vision. So we stopped calling it the vision statement seminar. We call it the Mind Body Mission. And the whole idea, we're going to spend 3 Saturdays in a row. There is a huge amount of information out there by brilliant people that you wish you could have in your brain. So when we talk about people like Matthew Ricard, Matthew Ricard's an interesting guy. Born French, he got his master's, I think his PhD in biology, understands the functioning of the brain at a biochemical level. And then he went off and became a Tibetan monk. So he has all the science background, but he's also got all this ethereal meditation from his theology of being a Buddhist monk. And he's been dubbed the happiest man on the planet because the changes you see in your brain, people that meditate, their brain changes. Parts of their brain, like you have something in your brain called the amygdala. And if the amygdala, it creates fear and anger. You want to have fear and anger? Get a big amygdala, right? But people that meditate, their amygdala actually shrinks. And the part of the brain called the hippocampus actually gets bigger. And your ability to maintain happy moods is enhanced. And that's why when they look at functional MRIs of Matthew Ricard's brain, they go, holy moly, look at this brain. It's so different than other people's brains. And they watch what happens in his brain on a functional MRI when he's meditating on certain words. He's brilliant. And his book is brilliant. It's called Happiness. We're going to talk about Eckhart Tolle, another brilliant guy. We're going to talk about Judson Brewer, who talks about the craving mind and why does the brain crave and how can you take control of your cravings. We're going to look at all these great people. Sean Achor, he is a Harvard-trained, his field of study is happiness. Imagine how happy his parents are, right? We send you to Harvard and you're going to study happiness. But he's an amazing people. He's an amazing people. We're going to take all these amazing people and their work and we're going to synthesize it, boil it down into little nuggets that I think people can use, all right? But that's what we're going to do. And we're going to look at all the things that literally, I'm telling you, if you could infuse these beliefs and thoughts into your brain on a daily basis, you would feel lighter, happier, more joyous. You would be less judgmental. Your relationships would blossom. Your work would be better because when people are happier, their brain heightens to its best functionality. When we're sour and bitter and frustrated and tired, our brain doesn't work well at all. It's just not good, all right? So that's what we're doing in January. We're going to take 3 Saturdays in a row and cover all this immense work and give you a nice tool book with a lot of great help in there, all right? And I hope to see you there because I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. This is the biggest version of this we've ever done. So that's a very long answer because I'm that excited about it. It's going to be cool.
So I'm still traveling from the holidays.
Yeah.
I can't make it for those Saturdays, the whole month of January. Is it going to be live streamed?
It's going to be live streamed. I know this really brilliant guy, Chris Carson, amazing. He's going to help me stream this. So you can get this any way you like it. You can come live and be there with us and really feel the emotion of the day. If you can't be there, you can watch it live and stream it in your underwear at home in the comfort of your environment. Or can't do either of those because you're busy at 9 o'clock on Saturday, it's going to be recorded and you can have access to the recordings and get a copy of the book and you can look at it in your own time, okay? We're going to keep these recordings so that anybody that attends a conference has access to them. The cost for the conference, if you're one of our Virtuoso patients, and our Virtuoso program is amazing, it's a 6-month curriculum that teaches you how your body works, okay? And this is a part of that curriculum, just a part of that curriculum. Our Virtuoso program is currently on sale. We have it marked down $150. It's a 6-month engagement, accountability. You work with my dietitian. It's more than just weight loss. It's lifestyle. It's how to live your life in a healthy fashion. This is a part of that. So if you're interested, come become a Virtuoso patient of ours. We love our Virtuoso patients. They do better than anybody else because they know more. It's a part of that curriculum. And if you don't want to do the Virtuoso program, that's okay. We still love you. Come and sign up for the Mind Body Mission. I think we have it at $69 because there is a book and there's materials and there's time investment in this. And it's well worth it. For $69, well worth it. So both of those are available to you, and I really hope you engage them because they're awesome. To engage either of those, just contact my staff. Our office is area code 513-924-5300. And anybody there can help get you signed up and really, really, really put a huge spin on 2019 to make this the best year ever. Really. Anything else?
Yeah, can you just re-highlight what were those things that you mentioned earlier, the Calm app and a couple websites?
Yep. So if you're just getting started, I think heartfulness.org is a great website because you can go read stuff and they have a magazine and there's all kinds of stuff there. Really great. Doesn't cost anything. They're beautiful people. Their mission is just to get the world to meditate because literally when we all meditate, the world's a better place. I will talk about the science of that in January. So heartfulness.org, great entry point just to go read some stuff, okay? And get engaged in what meditation is. Calm.com, app for your phone. You can download it. There's a free download, but the really good stuff, you got to pay $60 a year. And it's this simple. Once it's downloaded as an app, boop, hit play, drop it on your leg, and just listen. That's all you got to do. Calm.com. 8-Minute Meditation by Victor Davidge. Little book, great little book. 8-Minute Meditation. He'll walk you through what is meditation, what isn't meditation, and how to meditate. But it's a great entry point. And then Jon Kabat-Zinn, Kabat-Zinn, has written many books. Wherever you go, there you are is one of his best works, I think. But that's now taking it into a higher level and expanding your understanding of meditation or calming your brain if that's more comfortable for you. But those are the access points.
What's the biggest thing you're most excited about for this coming year?
Wow. For this coming year, what I'm really excited about as we go to do this mind-body mission, here's my path, right? 20 years in emergency medicine, that was awesome. But then I got an integrative medicine, and that was really extra awesome. And now I've been doing that for 10 years, and I've seen the errors of my ways, so to speak. I see where I've told people, you should do this, or you should eat that. And people come back going, yeah, I didn't do that. So what I'm excited for this year, Chelsea and I are committed to developing tools like our mind-body mission. We're developing tools to make the things we want you to do easier, to make it a stepwise progression, to things like our Virtuoso program, our mind-body mission, where, look, in this culture today, I get it. You're busy, family and work and all the commitments you have. You don't want to go read a 200-page book, right? You want somebody to lovingly spoon-feed you the basic ideas and show you one step at a time and take one step and then the next and then the next and then look back and go, holy moly, look how far we've gone. That's what we're committed to doing in 2019. We know we're great at what we do, but what we're going to get better at doing is creating tools to share it with you that are easily digestible. We're going to make that journey simple, okay? Because I think people get frustrated and scared at the potential of change. Change scares the crap out of people. So if we can demystify it and show you smaller steps, I think you'll be more successful. But that's our commitment. Okay? All right. Wrapping it up, man. So if any of this is of interest to you, and it all should be of interest to you, if you have any interest in being alive, then call my office, 513-924-5300. Go to my Instagram at Huber Personalized Medicine. Almost every day, I'm pumping out some message. I love to get up in the morning and my brain just starts going after I've meditated. And I'm just putting out ideas and thoughts. And the whole purpose behind that, I don't ever want to tell somebody what to do, but I want to share with you what you can do, what you might incorporate into your life that would help your life just be so much more fun and happy and joyous. You know, if I can create that out of everybody I ever touch, if I can increase your level of joy and happiness 2%, that is my mission. That's why I'm on this planet. That's why God puts breath in me. And that's what I'm committed to do in 2019. So go to my Instagram, go to our Facebook. We do videos like this every week. We're putting out content because we want to just give you tools and help you grow. All right. We have an integrated practice in Montgomery. We help get people off medicine. We help people get healthy. Right. So if that's of interest to you, I want to see you. I want to meet you, and I want to see you at our January conference. I look forward to it. I'm pretty calm right now. I'm going to be jacked up in January for this conference. I look forward to meeting you there. All right. Hope to see you. Take care.